What if the very thing you've been begging God for is the exact thing He's protecting you from? The reason God keeps saying no to your prayers isn't because He's cruel, silent, or distant, it's because what you're asking for either isn't ready for you or you're not ready for it. And sometimes, it's both. The shocking truth most believers won't admit is that we secretly treat prayer like a cosmic vending machine. Insert request. Expect result. Get frustrated when it doesn't happen on our schedule. But God isn't interested in blessing your impatience. He's interested in developing your character. James chapter 4 verse 3 makes it plain. You ask and do not receive, because you ask with wrong motives. There it is. Some of the prayers you're weeping over at night are born from insecurity, lust, pride, or comparison. And God, in His mercy, is saying no because what feels like delay is actually protection. You see, delay isn't denial, but sometimes denial is deliverance. And if you could see what He sees, you'd thank Him for every closed door. Romans chapter 8 verse 28 isn't a cute verse for coffee mugs. It's a hard truth. In all things God works for the good of those who love Him. And good doesn't always mean comfortable or convenient. Some of you have been praying for a relationship God's already told you to walk away from. You've ignored every red flag, excused every wound, and called it God working on them, when in reality, it's your obsession with validation disguised as intercession. God won't bless what He told you to leave. Other times, God says no because you're not in position to carry what you're asking for. You want promotion without discipline, platform without preparation, influence without integrity. Luke chapter 16 verse 10 warns, whoever can be trusted with little can also be trusted with much. If you can't steward peace in obscurity, why would God trust you with influence in the spotlight? And here's the hidden reason that stings. Some of you want what you want so badly. You've stopped asking if God wants it for you. You've already decided the outcome. And now you're just hoping heaven co-signs it. That's not prayer, that's spiritual manipulation. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8 says, "My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways." The God you serve isn't obligated to endorse your blueprint. He blesses what aligns with His will, not your wish list. And the reason you're exhausted isn't because God isn't moving. It's because you're chasing something He never sent. The most dangerous place for a believer isn't in waiting, it's in insisting. Insisting on making that relationship work. Insisting on forcing that business deal. Insisting that this door must be God because it's open. Not every open door is from God, and not every no is rejection. Sometimes, it's redirection, and if you don't learn to discern the difference, you'll waste years begging for what would have buried you. Here's a hard truth. God won't answer a prayer that would sabotage your soul. And sometimes, unanswered prayers are the loudest evidence of His love. You don't know the addiction you've been spared, the betrayal you avoided, or the heartbreak you dodged because heaven intervened with a no. And it's time to stop viewing no as punishment and start seeing it as protection. God's no is never random. It's strategic, precise, and always motivated by a love deeper than your current understanding. So if you find yourself in a season where the heavens feel silent and every door seems locked, stop begging and start asking different questions. Not, why won't you give me what I want? But, what are you trying to protect me from? What are you growing in me? What lesson am I refusing to learn? Because here's the secret. Until you trust His no as much as you celebrate His yes, you'll never walk in the peace Philippians chapter 4 verse 7 promises. The peace that surpasses all understanding. And maybe, just maybe, the breakthrough you're desperate for isn't on the other side of a yes, but in finally surrendering to a no.